Las Vegas.
My name is Carroll Shelby, and I'd like to welcome you to Las Vegas.
Carroll Shelby is a living legend that has a very unique relationship with Barrett-Jackson and with a lot of us personally.
I trust Steve, and I love him.
We feel very fortunate that we're the beneficiaries of that relationship on many levels. And you can see it in many ways when you experience a Barrett-Jackson event.
It's going to be an honor to drive him up on the stage. I'm now giving up my day job, and I'm just going to be Mr. Shelby's personal driver.
Especially here in Las Vegas in the backyard of Shelby Automobiles.
Thanks for being here. We're going to cut the ribbon. This bad boy Shelby up here is one of 100.
When you see the Shelby GT sitting atop the Barrett-Jackson branded slot machines as the grand prize, it literally brings tears to my eyes because of what that represents. It's one of 100. It's the best of what Carroll Shelby is producing today, and we're in their backyard, their factories here in Las Vegas. So it ties in so many great things. Also, it's important to note that the cornerstone of our event, the feature car, if you will, of this event, in its fate that it would be this car, the very car that Carroll Shelby drove to his first road race victory in 1952, a 1949 MGTC, and we're so proud of that vehicle.
In the early days, sport car racing was introducing what we called road racing, which were left and right turns, and you're supposed to simulate like you were driving as fast down the road as you could. MGTCs and Jaguar were the foundation of what became a huge sport in this country. There were very few of them in the country. However, this one belonged to a guy named Ed Wilkins. Ed Wilkins, who was a high school friend of mine, says to me, "There's a race in Norman, Oklahoma. Would you like to go to it?" I said, "Why don't I drive your TC in that race? I've never driven that race." And I went to Oklahoma, and we entered it. They had two races for the small cars and the big cars.
Carroll Shelby's hands were on the steering wheel of that car in 1952.
It was an archaic chassis that didn't handle too well, didn't have a lot of horsepower, but I just drove the hell out of it, and I wondered why it wobbled. Well, that was the spokes bending. And I won the race for the small cars in it. Nobody knew who the hell I was.
And he took his first checkered flag with his hands on that steering wheel.
And then they had the race for the Jaguars, the Allards and stuff, and I happened to win that race. That led to other people that were getting into the sport to ask me to drive their car.
So in many ways, when you look at that MGTC, you have to appreciate and understand the significance of what that car is.
This is the one that started my interest in road racing in this country, which I'm still interested in today, as you see the factory around here.
Everything we look at today is the byproduct.
I think of the 200 cars that I've built, and it's very nostalgic.
It's just amazing how the planets have aligned themselves for this car to be the feature car of Las Vegas.
That would be nearly 60 years since I've sat in this car. This car means a lot to me. It had a great deal to do with changing my life.
Think about what attracts people to Las Vegas and think about what attracts people to Barrett-Jackson. The two just mesh. What happens at Barrett-Jackson, Las Vegas is shared with millions of people live on speed.
Live on speed. There's always something happening at Barrett-Jackson, live on the Speed channel.
I think the two of us are going to be a great match.
Welcome to fabulous Las Vegas.